Hi you guys, on today's video we are going to be learning how to cut and sew a blazer dress. If that's something you're interested in, come with me and let's get started. Also, do not forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Thank you. We're going to be using this fabric that we have here. This is an Ankara fabric, and we're also going to be using these patterns that we did in our previous video. Just in case you've not seen that, I'll leave it down in the description box and up on the screen here for you to see. So let's go ahead and start with this. What I did first was place my fabric on fold, and then I went ahead to also place my pattern on the fabric and went ahead to give it a half-inch sewing allowance all through the whole pattern. I did it for both the front and the back, and this is all the piece together, the back, the front, everything, the sleeve. And what I did was I went ahead to also cut the lining piece, but I made the lining piece like 1 inch shorter than the actual fabric. So here we have the actual fabric, and we're going to start by putting the back together. So I have this, and I'm going to place all the pieces together. If you've not seen the drafting, I suggest you go and see it so you know why the back is separated. So we're just going to go ahead and put all the pieces of the back together like so, the way I'm showing you right now. And that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and I'll come back and show you. So we're going to go ahead now, flip it over to the back and go ahead and iron this. Now over to the lapel part of this, basically the front side, I went ahead to iron a paper stay and I doubled it. The reason why I'm using a paper stay is because at this time I didn't have hair stay or any kind of stay, so I decided to use a paper stay. All the stays are good, you just need to know how to use it for it to work. And I'm also going to go ahead and put all this together. Now this is for the front side of it, remember. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like all put together, and you notice that I only put the paper stay on the part that carries the lapel, and I'm going to go ahead and notch this, and yeah, we'll see. Well, I'm also going to go ahead and iron this out. I'm going to do it for both sides. Now we're going to go ahead and put the front part onto the back and sew the shoulder part by ½ inch. Now mind you, everything that I do for this main fabric I also repeat on the lining piece. Just keep that in mind. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and iron also, and notch one needs to be notched. Then I'll go ahead and put the sides together and close this up by 1½ inch. I first want to pin it down because pinning helps the work come out neater, and you don't need to fight with your fabric when you're doing your sewing. So my sewing here is 1½. That's what I left for my sewing allowance, and that's what I'm going to do. So this is the sleeve, and I'm gonna head to close it up. Remember that we've already closed up the cloth itself, so we're going to attach the sleeve onto the dress. Now you're going to find the midpoint of the shoulder. Sometimes it doesn't land where you think it should, so be careful. And then I'm just going to pin this around like so, make a little circle, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it by ½ inch. This is me just showing you like the motion, and I'm just going to go ahead and close it by ½ inch like I said. Now this is the final result, and you see that the dress is coming to life. So we're going to find the midpoint of the dress and find the midpoint of our collar and put both of them right sides facing each other. So I used a particular stay for this, but I cannot remember the name. When I do, I'll put it up on the screen here for you to see, but it's a different kind of stay. So I went ahead to pin this around after I found the midpoint. And there's something you need to pay attention to. So when you get to the curved side of the lapel, you want to make sure, actually you want to mark out 2 inches of your collar, and that 2 inches is not going to be sewn onto your blazer. 2 inches is not going to be sewn onto your blazer whatsoever. So you just hold that and make sure the space that you have from one end to the other is 2 inches. After we do that, I'm going to repeat the same for both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and sew. Also keep in mind that I'm actually doing this for main piece and lining piece. So you want to go ahead and do it for your main and lining piece, so it will be easier for you as you sew your main piece, sew your lining piece. And here I'm just going to go ahead and notch all round the collar that we just sewed, and this is what it's looking like so far. Very neat. So I'm going to go ahead now and place my lining piece onto my main fabric, right sides facing each other, and I'm going to go ahead and pin this down as well, and I'm going to go ahead and sew. So I want to make sure that everything is in place and in line with what it's supposed to be. And sorry, it went out of focus a little, but I'm going to now put my lining piece into my sleeve like I'm doing here. This lining piece sleeve and the main piece sleeve, both of them go into just like hot dogs. So you want to do that to give you much more space to do your pinning. And I'm going to go ahead and pin round, and then I'll just go ahead and sew this by like 1/2 inch. So this is me showing you here that I'm going to sew by 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to also go ahead to the other sides of the body and sew by 1/2 inch. So what I mean is I'm going to go to the lapel and under the sides. I'm just going to sew everywhere by 1/2 inch, and yeah, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Also, you want to come here at a particular spot and just open, make sure that you open a space of at least 8 inches, or just make sure that it's enough for you to bring out your finished work when you're done. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please watch what I'm doing. So when we're done sewing by 1/2 inch, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the excesses. You'll see when we bring it out, I'm just making sure everything is okay and notched. And yeah, notching too is like really important in your work. So this is me being done with all the notching, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it inside out. So watch what I do from that space that I left. So we're going to do everything. This is me just pulling everything out from the hole that I left, and I'm going to go ahead and iron this out, and then we'll go over it and fix the sleeve. So with everything being done, the only thing left here to do is the sleeve, and the sleeve is like the most complicated thing. So you want to go back through that hole that you left and pull out your sleeve, and also do the same for the lining piece. Now if you don't understand this, I am going to repeat it again. Everybody please pay close attention so you understand. So this is my sleeve, right? I have the lining piece and I have the main piece, and I also have my opening, which I have not closed yet. So with that opening, I'm going to go ahead from my lining piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the lining piece inside out, so I get to see the rough side of my lining. And I'm also going to do the same for the main piece. Now it's right sides facing. I'm going to pull it so I get the wrong side. So now both of them are facing the wrong side, and I'm going to go ahead and, like, you see what I'm showing you, that both of them are actually at the wrong side, and I'm going to go ahead and pin this like a handshake. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So this is it right now, and then I'm going to pin it like a handshake. So in case you don't understand what I'm saying, please watch what I'm doing. So this is wrong sides facing each other right now, right? So in order for this not to pull, I'm just going to go ahead and fold the part where I used to join the sleeve, and I'm also going to do the same for the lining piece, and then I'm going to make sure that they're shaking hands. So you want to place right sides now facing each other. I pray you guys understand like what I'm explaining here. So we're going to place right sides facing each other. The best thing you could do for yourself is actually just push the lining into the main piece, like I'm doing like this, and then continue to pin, but make sure that your lining doesn't disappear all the way in. It's like a tunnel and you're trying to use a cloth to cover it up, and then just, yeah. So when you flip it, both of them look like tunnels. Please, if you don't understand, just watch what I'm doing. Thank you so much. So after I go ahead to pin this down, the next thing I'm going to do is a trick I learned for myself. Trust me, it really did help me. So you're going to get a needle and thread, and what you're going to do is go over this tunnel that we've just created, and what you're going to do is sew around it. Do you see that? Do you hear that? You're going to sew around it and make sure you get everything. Just think of it as you being on the machine and what you're going to do. So I went ahead to do this trick worked for me, and that's why I'm including it in my video, because trust me, the first 7 times that I tried to fix this sleeve, I cried. I cried so much, and then one day it just came to me and I decided to do it, and it worked for me, so I decided to share it with you. So after you do that, the next thing you're going to do is remove your pins. Of course, go to your sewing machine. First of all, you actually want to try if this works out for you. So what I did was I put my hand through and it went to the lining. So I put my hand through and it went straight to the lining, so there is no opening anywhere. And when I pulled it out, look at that. Look, just see me. This is me saying hi to you because I knew it was going to work. I was so tired of this thing going all over the place, and I decided to try this, and it worked out for me. So I feel you should also do it. So after I went ahead to sew, of course, I went ahead to iron this out, and really, like, I really hope you guys try that method because it really did help me, and I pray it helps you too. So yeah, this is the sleeve, and after which we're done with everything, after which I'm going to go ahead and close up that hole. Okay guys, this is what it's going to look like when you're done, and this is the outcome on my body. Now I really enjoyed making this video, and I really learned so much making this video with you guys. I hope you also learned so many things. Yeah, with that being said, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself because I love you. Have a beautiful day or night, whichever it is you live for. Bye.